Cancer, welcome back for your 2019 January reading. Those of you who are new, a very warm welcome, and return bee crew, welcome back. Happy New Year. Banner, yes, I have released a new channel, so if you wish to subscribe, feel free to jump through and connect. There are monthly and mid-monthly videos at this stage. I may increase it yet, and live sessions during the month for the psychic downloads I have intuitively as a twin. And at Yildiz readings, you have your general and your love for the beginning of the month and mid-month. Again, I may increase that yet, I don't know. But as for the astrology and the live sessions, I'll still be doing them live, and I still will be giving away free 1-hour Skype readings for those during the month when I hold those promotions. So subscribe to the channel and you'll get updated. Now, as for the energy coming through for you guys, be mindful that moving into January, we are coming into a partial eclipse. We also are going to be in blood moon energy and have a lunar eclipse coming around the 20th. The other aspects of the astrology, we do have a lot of changes coming. Jump through, have a look at the video, and I'll try and do that live and you can be part of that session. Your energy moving in, however, is packing a punch. I don't know whether you were doing work prior to the end of the year, and I'm feeling maybe this is so. Some sense of clarity has come to you in a very large manner. Some window of an opportunity has come through to give you some time to think, as well as transform a sense of what no longer serves you. Some of you, it's really interesting, the cards, especially the ones that come in reverse. And a lot of the cards have been coming through for a lot of the Zodiacs, and they're a common theme coming through. You have this card in reverse. You feel like there was a pause for a reason, a pause in a way in which you were going to move forward in love, in your path. Some of it felt like the hangman position, that an aspect of your abilities to manifest something had been delayed. Some of you, this was at a financial level. Some of you, this was at an emotional level. Others, it was all and spiritual. Can even be with a threaded connection with a direct person. There is an energy here, and it will all depend on who you are, because there's a few stories coming through. Some of you, there was third-party energy, and I'll show you why in the cards. Others of you, there is an energy of you transforming physically, very separate to love. Whatever you're doing, if you're in a situation, in a relationship setting, for those of you who have been on the fence, it feels like you're going to take a fresh approach. You're going to turn in a different direction, and it might be that this is away from friends and family or your children. But again, I am seeing a mature stand to a situation with your life. Some of you, it feels like a working holiday or a mental spiritual holiday. It does feel like a journey though. You're feeling very tired, but the strange thing is you're coming back from somewhere, not going somewhere. There's a purity about the energy. I feel like your body's been to war. You have conscious connection in reverse. I always connect this to a very deep spiritual connection. I feel for some of you, you were in a relationship where you didn't feel completely spiritually fulfilled. You both didn't see eye to eye. Whenever I yawn, that's a meaning that you guys have someone toxic around. You've actually got two energies that we're manipulating external to this. Two separate energies. There's two fish. Also, a lack of transformation was hindering the process and the progress of them. Perhaps a past tense connection that was a long-standing one. So the way in which you perceived it was either you didn't have a connection or you spiritually were with someone and you realised you didn't have a connection. So it's going to depend on how it applies to your given situation. Yeah, I'm feeling You try to, this is someone you had maybe a family with, you were with a very long time. You know, you got 2 of the marriage cards too. You might have had a choice between 2 paths and you chose a different path. And you're realizing that that was avoiding aspects of obstacles, or it just didn't work. You don't want to have that enemy frequency anymore, and you're really having more clarity about what you do and don't want. You had a lot of belief in these connections in the past, I feel. And you believed that really they could be more than what they perhaps potentially ended up being. And then the love would dissipate. But you were never surprised. But you were always hopeful. So you were always in your truth about the reality of it. But for some reason, spiritually, you felt you couldn't let go. These were not happy environments. However you're moving forward, this is in relation to love. I feel you're going to hold some space and time for self, especially with the B on the head and in the throat. Now, your third eye, it's like thinking with love, speaking with love. This is what I'm hearing. It could be towards a Kiwi individual or a tribal person. They could be a cultural difference to you. Buddhist, Hindu, Egyptian. I feel they've really changed, but so have you. But they are very stubborn. But they're saying so are you. Look at the face. There might have been falseness previously. However, heart faithfulness. You may have worried that they had another person, or that you couldn't transform to be all you needed to be. There may have been pressure on your plate trying to make everybody's life happy. Could have been mother, father. I'm feeling the energy again of a male figure that is a widower that perhaps was not as supportive. Widower. Could be a father figure. You were hoping for more happiness in that, and that did affect your relationships, but you do still have hope in it, but I feel that's more on mother's side or sister. You're seeing the falseness in the perspective of old paradigms of relationships. And I feel once you've had this kind of clarity come through, I do feel you'll be thinking about getting grounded, family, communication, and the journey home, because you've got 2 journey cards and you've got 2 marriage cards. You've got 2 potential paths in the way to deal with it, 2 in a way of communicating it, and there's 2 people in the consciousness card. I feel a lot of you do know what you want, who you want, and how you want it to be. And I can still see 3 people to this side, you know, a person in the past that was left behind, your energy perhaps, or vice versa, and then another person. So it was like there's 3 energies, or there's 3 transformations that you had within a connection, regardless of never leaving each other. You feel in a way that you've written many stories and you want the simpler life, whatever that be for you. You're actually worried you're going to have to continue to go through transformations. But I feel as the ego dissipates, you'll be comfortable with that frequency. I do feel as though you can shift the energy to a perspective where abundance is actually on its way. It's more a mindset. You may feel quite disconnected from this person if you broke up. But I do feel you're holding a fond memory with great colour. I feel you're more flexible with this, but you're cautious in the way you're going to communicate. You're wary. I still feel you will, but I think you're planning. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I'll check back with you guys mid-month to see how this energy proceeds. And in the future, hopefully, I will be adding longer readings and extensions, but that'll be by about March. Love and light.